Hi, folks. Dana Torgerson, VP of Product Marketing with ArmorCode. And with me today is Mark Lambert, Chief Product Officer at ArmorCode. And we are still here at PBC Connect. Mark, what a day, what an event. Let's break it down for the folks. What happened today?
Well, a great event. We had, how many panels was it? It was three panels and a fireside chat.
Yeah.
So let's break it down. So first panel was the State of AI Risk Management report. So the Purple Book community launched a report. There we go. It goes in. Let's see in the back of that. That's the event program. But some great data. And in fact, actually, we'll post in the show notes a link to where you can get access to the report. Some of the insights that were shared by the group were really interesting, right? And I think the big one was this gap in between visibility and control.
Correct. Yeah.
So I think that was a really good takeaway from that first session. There's more in that report though. They didn't cover it all.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's the fact that despite folks feeling that they've got a handle on the situation, that they think that their tools, and they're very confident in their tools of being able to detect AI-generated vulnerability. If that's true, then why are 70% of the folks saying, no, actually we do have AI-generated vulnerabilities, and that's proven. It's happening right now. It's not even, this isn't conjecture. It's happening right now.
Yeah. And actually, so yes, you're right. So it's like the gap in visibility between visibility and control. There was the gap in detection versus the reality of that detection. And I think the third thing also was the overwhelming number of tools, right? So I think 11 sources was the thing in the report. And then it was saying like, we understand where our risks are, but we waste a whole bunch of time mobilizing. And I think they were really solid takeaways from the report and from that session.
From the session this morning, that's right, second session was, I think that was the gathering of the fireside chat.
That was the fireside chat. It was Phil Venables, global, previously CISO at Google Cloud, now one of the partners at Ballistic Ventures, and Jason Clinton, deputy CISO of Anthropic. And so many, those two have worked together before when they were both at Google. So it's like the dynamic was great.
Yeah, you could tell that instantly.
I think kind of like the big moment for me was the mic drop at the end. The phrase they used was tsunami of vulnerabilities, right?
It's coming.
And I think driven by two vectors was my takeaway. One vector was just volume and velocity of code that's being generated. But then with that volume and velocity comes an increased complexity, and the vulnerability detection now being AI powered, right? So Claude Code Security, the Codex Code Security product that was also released, being able to detect kind of like more complex things that were already there, and now we're just adding more.
They were present. They're just maybe buried or in the noise.
And then the last session, but the third AI session, was the de-risking AI adoption. And we had representation from, let me get this right, Motley Fool, Paolo from Motley Fool, we had PayPal, we had Visa, and we had Snap Finance. So all financial oriented, all talking about how they're de-risking AI adoption within their organizations. That session was recorded, so it'll be available for the stream afterwards.
It will, We'll put a link into the description for this episode.
And the thing that was really came out of that was this concept of a unified inventory of the AI applications, agents, systems, right? And I think that's a really important takeaway. And again, further validated by the report. We have visibility, but it's coming from these fragmented tool ecosystems. How can we put a framework around that to put control in place so that we can scale and de-risk that adoption?
Absolutely,
So I thought that was really insightful. They also talked a lot about how to build secure agents, which I thought was really good as well. And again, that's available for streaming showing too.
I noticed an interesting piece in the report where folks were asked to stack rank. What are the three things you're most worried about as challenges or concerns with AI-generated code and vulnerabilities? Down at the bottom of the list was prompt injection. And I was glad to hear that Paolo from Motley Fool today gave a counter view to that, saying, no, I wouldn't put that to bed yet. You still need to worry about prompt injection, still think about model poisoning. And it was good to see that some folks are still thinking about that. They're carrying water for those areas of risk.
Well, it's interesting because there was a little bit of a difference between that panel and the first panel.
Yeah.
The first panel said, like, the question that VJ from KPMG asked was, what's the thing that's overhyped and what's the thing we're not thinking about?
Yeah.
Right. And one of the panelists, can't remember which one, it said prompt injection was the thing that we're overly engineering thinking about.
That's right.
The thing that Paolo said during the last session was, like when somebody asked kind of what should we be thinking about, and he said, presume you're going to have a breach.
Yes, that was really pointed.
Yes.
To presume you have a breach, put those controls in place. If you have that mindset, you'll just be that much better off when the stuff hits the fan. And it sounds like the fan is already spinning.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the key. Is like we got to prepare for the eventuality that your AI is going to get compromised some way, somehow.
Yeah.
Right. That your agent. I mean, look, your agent may even just come across a scenario that we hadn't thought about before as we were doing the validation of the agent, and now it's responding in a way that you hadn't predicted. I mean, agents are, they don't have that internal clock that says, I shouldn't do this thing.
Yeah.
They're not maliciously intended, but it's non-deterministic.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
At the end of the day, you don't know what it's going to do unless you present it with the scenario.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, who would have thought of all the permutations of guardrails that you should have put in until after the fact when you realized that you missed something?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a great day and all. Now folks are going to have a little celebration. And of course, we have the entire week of RSA ahead of us. Mark, thank you so much for coming out to this event. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Dana. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And hopefully I get to see you this week at RSA. If we don't, we'll see you on a new podcast for Agents of Security.
Yeah, agreed.